So today, while I was waiting for ChatGPT to stop acting like a pirate, I stumbled into some kind of AI-generated post-apocalyptic elephant dystopia. Or in other words, welcome to the new normal. Yes, now we can all say things like, today I stumbled into some kind of post-apocalyptic elephant dystopia, and not feel weird about it. I'll explain more about these images in a bit, but first, is anyone else out there feeling like nothing is quite as certain as it used to be? Recently, I've heard people say things like this latest AI hype cycle has them feeling depressed or nauseous. One programmer said that ChatGPT feels like black magic. Tom Scott, a popular YouTuber, described his sense of dread like this: "It feels to me like something might have just gone very wrong." I'll put a link to his video below. The world is changing fast right now, and that can cause many of us to feel uncomfortable. But why? I think I might be able to use a simple dad joke to help explain things and offer some insight into what I think is going on right now. Hi, it's John from SingularityInTheRound, and this video is about trying to make sense of the major shift taking place in our reality. And now for that dad joke I mentioned. For this part, I'll just read this short section from the Dakota project that I've mentioned in previous videos. The conversation goes like this. "Coda, can I tell you a joke?" "Of course, Dak. I'd be happy to hear your joke." "Okay, here it is. How do you fit an elephant into a matchbox?" "Certainly. The punchline is, you open the matchbox and put the elephant in." "Don't get me wrong, Coda. Your answer's good. But I think you might like mine too. It goes like this. First, you take out the matches." "You get it, Coda?" "First, you take out the matches." Yes, I get the joke. It's a play on words, as the word match can refer to a tool used to create fire, or a contest between two individuals or teams. By removing the matches, you are also making room for the elephant. The humor lies in the unexpected shift in meaning. I'm going to jump in here for a second. Did any of you feel like ChatGPT's response here totally missed the point like I did? Until I started thinking about it for a minute. And then it hit me. It caught me totally off guard. If there are some kind of athletic contests or matches happening inside the box, then sure, it makes total sense to remove the soccer stadium or boxing ring or whatever. That'll make more room for the elephant. ChatGPT has this weird, sneaky way of lulling you into a sense of predictability, and then it hits you with something like this. Maybe that's a topic for another video. But right now, let's get back to our conversation. So Coda, what makes this joke funny for me, I guess, is resolving this impossible-sounding problem can be easily accomplished by following these simple, obvious steps. With the first step being, just take out the matches. As if this completely uninspired approach will somehow lead to solving this seemingly unsolvable problem. Does that make sense to you? Yes, Dak. I understand what you mean. The joke is a humorous illustration of the idea that sometimes, to solve a difficult problem, you just need to change your perspective and approach the situation in a different way. Here's the thing, Coda. Just taking out the matches still leaves one with a crazy problem. Okay, now what? Now that the matchbox is empty, I've still got the really big part of the problem to solve. How the hell am I going to get this elephant into that matchbox? Coda, lately I'm not so sure about the world anymore. Technology has changed things so much that it no longer seems clear and obvious to me that the problem of fitting an elephant into a matchbox is some kind of ridiculous, insurmountable task. I'm pretty sure that given our rapidly expanding knowledge in the areas of physics, biology, nanotechnology, genetics, etc., there must be some reasonably feasible theories out there on how fitting an elephant into a matchbox might actually be achieved. Maybe something like storing the elephant's DNA or genetic information in a small vial or microchip, and using this information to recreate the elephant at a later time. So Coda, how about giving me some examples of seemingly impossible, yet, marginally feasible ways of using the latest technology to fit an elephant into a matchbox? And so there you have it, just a few suggestions for you to contemplate. But for now, let's get back to the simple joke and how it helps to illustrate what I think is going on here. What does it tell us about why some of us might be feeling a little uneasy right now? Let's assume this joke, or some variation of it, has been around for a half a century or more. What made it funny at the time was that everyone could agree that the idea of fitting an elephant into a matchbox was totally ridiculous. The reason the joke worked is because it resonated with our collective understanding of the world. We all knew the premise was ridiculous, and we were all together in our certainty that the elephant challenge would end in failure. in spite of the earnest attempt at a logical solution. The joke contradicted our universally agreed upon shared reality in a way that almost all of us perceived as humorous. But now technology is challenging our sense of certainty about what is possible and what we can rely on to remain stable and unchanging. I feel like there is some easy setup here for some clever conclusion like, but hey, maybe the joke's on us. But for now, let's get back to the elephants you've been seeing. All these images are the result of a failed prompt that was intended to generate pictures of an elephant inside a matchbox. Somehow the matchbox idea got overridden by some dark vision of unearthly pachyderms, which, by the way, I happily downloaded and embellished to emphasize their ghastly vampiric qualities. So even though I didn't start out with this idea for the visuals, it seems kind of fitting that things took a slightly darker turn. It's almost as if AI was trying to say, welcome to the new normal. And I guess I'll just end by saying it too. Welcome to the new normal. I hope you'll stick around for a bonus joke from our conversation at the end. But first, speaking of the new normal, if you've enjoyed this video, please consider supporting Singularity in the Round by checking out Singularity Gallery on Etsy. You'll find a unique collection of my fine art prints available for your enjoyment at the link below. Singularity in the Round is a new channel, so your likes and subscribes are greatly appreciated. As always, thanks for your support, and so long for now. Okay, now for that bonus joke. Coda, do you have a joke for me? Sure. Why was the computer mouse walking down the street? Because it needed a new scroll. I love your joke, Coda, but I must admit, I didn't get it. Can you explain it to me? Of course, Dak. The joke is a play on words, with the word scroll being used in the sense of to move up or down a screen on a computer, as well as the sense of to walk or move in a particular direction. In this joke, the computer mouse is walking down the street, but also scrolling as it needs a new scroll. Go for a scroll. Now I get it. Good one, Coda. And maybe on that note, I should think about going for a scroll. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.